Hey guys, so let's start with our first video of our Big O notation playlist, and this will be an introduction video regarding Big O. And before beginning, I should assure you that this is a very important concept if you are willing to learn about algorithms, data structures. So this is a very important concept to start with, and whether it will be your college exams or for interviews, you should really study it well so that to have a better knowledge and better basics for your algorithms. So let's start the video. So let's start with the definition. What is exactly BIGO? So BIGO can be described as a metric or a language that is used to describe efficiency of an algorithm, computer algorithm. So used to describe the efficiency of an algorithm. It is a metric or a language. In a similar way, like we describe centimeter, meter, kilometer for distance, and our hertz, for example, for frequency. In similar way, we use big O as a language or a metric to describe efficiency of any algorithm, or we can use to compare it efficiency, describe plus compare also the efficiency of two or more languages. This is used for comparison purposes also. So Bego is such an language we use. And let's move to the another topic, notations. So what is Bego notations? How we describe the notations and use them for describing the efficiency of our algorithms. So for the start, for the introduction, we will take two notations like order of one and order of s. Okay, so these notations, big O notations are described as like this: bigger O and a parenthesis and the R value metric. So this is referred to as a constant, big O of constant time or size, and this is referred to as a linear, as it has a power of 1, s raised to the power 1. So this is referred to as linear. There are also other notation. We will come back to it later. So and we go efficiency of any algorithm can be described in two ways, in terms of time and in terms of size. So we will be studying both of the complexities to find the efficiency of an algorithm. So we'll start with our time complexity first. And for studying time complexities, let's take an example. For example, this is you and this is your friend, and you live around 500 kilometers away, let's say that, and you have a pen drive or a hard disk, let's HD, and you have to transfer the contents of the hard disk to your friend. So what can be the ways of transferring the data of the hard disk to your friend? There can be two ways. One can be electronically, like you can share it through your internet, or you can write an algorithm for copying the contents and sharing through internet. And the other can be manually. You can fly over to your friend and hand over your hard disk manually to your friend, because the size of the hard disk can be very much like, it will depend on the size. If the size of the hard disk is very much, then this option can be a better one. And if the size is less, then transferring electronically over the algorithm using your over the internet using your algorithm seems to be a better option. So we will be seeing the Pego notation stuff using this example. So let's vary. So we don't know. Let's consider as size of the hard disk as a variable. This can be anything, and for that we consider it as, let's use this s for that. So we studied about the notations, like we considered order of 1 and order of s in the above notations part. So let's consider the two cases again: electronically transfer and manually. Okay, and we will be talking about size of the hard disk. So we will be talking about size, how the electronically time. This is basically we are talking about the time, and how the time varies with the size when we transfer the hard disk electronically and we hand over the hard disk manually to our friend. So when we transfer the file electronically, suppose an algorithm has a directly proportional relationship. So if the size of the hard disk increases, the time also increases. So like size increases, the time also increases, S and T. But if we transfer the contents of the hard disk, or we are handing over the hard disk to our friend manually by flying over the airplane and giving it to giving it to our friend, then the size actually doesn't matter because we don't worry about the size. We are just giving the hard disk. So in the manual case, the size doesn't matter, and in the electronic case, the size matters, and the time increases when the size increases. So this is the case of our order of S, and this is the case of order of 1. So the time is constant, whatever the size may be. But in this case, the time varies with order of the size. So we refer to as order of size in this manner. So electronically, we have order of size, and the time varies as linearly, and this is constant. This is linearly, and this is constant. So let's plot a graph for the same. So suppose this is the size of the hard disk and the time to transfer, and this also increases in the direction, and this also increases size of HD. So in this scenario, in the linearly scenario, what happens is this is the threshold time it takes to transfer, and it varies with our size of the hard disk, and this is the case of electronically. And let's take some other pen. And what happens in the case of manually, the time remains constant based on the size, whatever the size may be. Our time will be constant. That will be the time to travel from our position to our friend's house. So these are the notations like we use for the explanation of big O, and we will talk about some other notations now. So some other notations can be like we talk about order of 1 and order of S already. Another can be order of S square and order of S cube, order of log S, order of S log S. So these can be the some other notations, and what these signifies. Like if the size of the suppose we take the case of order of S cube. So if the size is equal to 4, okay, 4 GB gigabytes, okay. So the time taken will be time taken will be 4 cube, and that is I think 256. And in the case of if we take order of S, so if the size is 4 GB, the time taken will be also 4 units, say seconds, or in this case seconds. So let's compare the two, order of S cube and order of S. Which one is more efficient for us? Definitely order of S, because if the size of the our hard disk increases, our time taken increases linearly. Okay, so our algorithm will work for all available sizes and with different sizes also. But in this case, this only works with the small sizes cases, like for 1 GB or 0.5 GB. But this algorithms with order of S complexity, time complexity, works with almost every hard disk size. And what can be the better option for this? The better option can be order of log S. So we actually compare these notations, and based on the every algorithm has a notation time complexity, and based on the time complexity we compare the efficiency of the algorithms. And currently we are talking about time. We will be also talking about the space complexity and how they are related with the how it is related with the time complexity. So let's see the order of complexity that we have mentioned above. So order of constant time is generally, we know, the best one, because time is constant based on all the algorithms, or based on any data, any size of data we refer to for our algorithm. And then we have order of log S, then we have order of order of S, and then we have order of S log S, then we have order of S square, order of S square log S. So you will have a better knowledge, and you will remember this as you have you will use it with your algorithms. You have to compare the algorithms. If you are creating a sorting algorithms, then we have S cube. If you are creating a sorting algorithms, we have three or four major algorithms, but to have a best one based on your use case, you have to compare the time complexity. So you can compare based on the time complexities the algorithm has referred to. Okay, so this is the definition of Big O and how it is used. So that's all about this lecture. And if you like the video, then please like it on YouTube also, and please subscribe to my channel for further such videos. I will be creating all the sections of coding, interview practices, and for your college exams also. So please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. And in the next video, will we see another other notations like big theta plus big omega, also along with it big O that we studied now, and we will also discuss about the worst case, best case, and expected case time complexities in the upcoming video. So don't forget to watch that video also, and thank you so much for watching.